Now, I imagine a lot of you have been waiting, like I've been waiting, for the Epstein files to come out. And when when those influencers came out with those binders that said Epstein files, everyone got excited, and there were a lot of them there, including Mike Cernovich, which was nice, and others. And Jack Prosobic, he was one of them. Liz Wheeler, of course, and the others, DC Drano, and Jack Prosobic. They all go on. They all take the group picture holding the binder, and then Jack Prosobic, he says he's going to be, going live on his podcast. So I'm watching his podcast, and he's sitting there with the binder in front of him that says the Epstein Files Phase 1, and he doesn't go through it. And this is, I don't know how many hours ago now. They've not gone through it. And a couple of things have developed, okay? This is being reported by Fox, okay? This was an hour ago, reported by Fox. The Department of Justice will be posting the contents of the Epstein Files Phase 1 binder online later today. That's Fox News, and it's getting to be the end of the business day. However, what's being posted online has, and I quote, largely been seen in the public domain prior to today. And I was watching Redacted just a bit ago on YouTube, and Redacted is saying our reporting, our sources are telling us everything that was in that binder today are already things in the public domain that have been released. Then now Pam Bondi sent a letter to Kash Patel saying that the FBI is withholding Epstein documents from her. So what's going on here? Why is this happening? And no one really knows. I was watching Redacted, and they had what I like Redacted. Okay, I like Clayton and his wife. I like them, and but I don't watch them enough to know their thoughts on really much of anything. But I do watch them occasionally from time to time when there's some breaking news like today. And they said something's being talked about that is so, I don't know, bizarre, which I'll tell you in a moment. But I was waiting all day for the Epstein file release, and I got really excited when those influencers came out. And I was in shock. Like, if they gave me that binder at the White House, and as soon as I walked out of the White House and got off the White House grounds, wherever I was, I would sit down right there on the sidewalk if I had to, and I would do a live stream on YouTube like I'm doing right now, and I would just read cold the files. The closest thing that I remember happening to this, and by the way, none of them have done that, okay? Prosobic said there's flight logs, there's other things, and they haven't had time to go through it. It seems very bizarre, but the closest thing to this that I can remember happening is, and this won't sound like a big deal now because it's been so long, but when it happened, it was a big deal. The Starr report dropped, which was about the Monica Lewinsky sex affair with President Clinton, and it was very graphic sexually about what he was doing, and the sink and the cigars and the whole thing. And I printed up the entire Starr report. It was a lot of paper, let me tell you, and read it on the air cold because I didn't have time to go through it. I just pulled it up and I read it cold, all the details from the Starr report live on the air. And that's what you would think would happen with this, regardless of what's in it. And no one has done that. And everything we're hearing is that there's really nothing there. And my first thought, and you guys can let me know what you think about this. My first thought when no one was going through the Epstein files, because I was shocked. Because, like I said, if they gave me that binder, as soon as I left the White House grounds, I wouldn't go back to my hotel room. You probably took an Uber to get to the White House. I would sit down on the sidewalk outside the White House with the White House fence behind me, with the White House behind me. I would open up my iPhone like I'm doing right now, and I would do a YouTube live stream, and I would just open it up and read whatever they gave me, word for word, right out of it. That's exactly what I would do. And all of the influencers there are people that are into being first to go viral. And I'm thinking, what's going on? So the closest was Jack Perso. I'll tell you what Redacted was suggesting, which I thought was very strange, but you guys can let me know your thoughts on this. When Jack Persobic said, he posted on X, I'm going to be revealing everything on my podcast, his Human Events podcast. So I go there, and he's not talking about it. He's got the binder in front of him, but he's not going through it and reading it. So my first thought was this, that maybe there's a bunch of new names in there, and they're afraid that they're going to get sued by these famous people, celebrities, or whoever else is in there if they start reading the names, because to read those names would be accusing them of being sex offenders. So I thought that was basically it. Now, I do, Pam Bondi said that the FBI, and this isn't Cash's fault. She talked to Cash, and the FBI has not been given into the file. She sent a letter to Cash to make it official. She's demanded, by tomorrow, that they release all the files to her. But I don't know what happened here. I don't know why they did this today. I have no idea. It just seems very strange to me that Pam Bondi did this. Why? And it's very strange that all these influencers, that they're not going through the binder. Even if it's things we've seen before, why not read through it? They gave me this is what I'm going to do. Why all the secrecy? It's very bizarre. So this is what Redacted was talking about, and I found this to be just so strange. And I like Redacted. Any of you guys know Redacted? Clayton and his wife. I don't remember his wife's name. They posted a tweet from someone that had said, and I've heard others say this, but they had said that the Epstein this isn't one of the influencers that got the binder. This is someone else who's research. No, it's not a promise broken, Nancy. No, Trump hasn't broken any promises. It was not one of the influencers that got the binder, whoever this was today. Yeah, Clayton, I don't know. Is he still in Portugal on the lam? Because he said that if they invited him to the White House to get the binder, he would have gone. Really? Isn't he in Portugal, or is he? I don't know about it. But anyway, they read this tweet from someone who said that it is believed that Epstein was a Mossad agent, and that he was collecting he was doing what he was doing to gather blackmail information on politicians and powerful people in this country for Israel. And Clayton's wife on Redacted said most people that have investigated Epstein believe that. And then she said that the influencers that were given the binders are pro-Israel people, pro-Israel influencers. And was that why? Are they the reason? Is that the reason they were chosen to get the binders? Now, I support Israel. I am pro-Israel. I don't know what this little anti-Semitic conspiracy that they had on Redacted was all about. But no, I believe Pam Bondi Natalie Morris. That's correct. Thank you very much, William. I do believe Pam Bondi that these career FBI people are stonewalling and not releasing things to the Attorney General of the United States. I do believe her. And that's a problem. But I don't now what the president is doing, apart from this, what President Trump is doing is bypassing the mainstream media. He's making them irrelevant. They're doing so much of the news through the new media, the alt media, which I, of course, am a supporter of since I'm a part of that myself. But that's where you get the real information. But this was just a little bizarre. I would have much rather Pam Bondi have a press conference, tell the story that these career FBI people are not giving the Attorney General of the United States, of which they work under, the information that she has requested, which they have, well, requested, that's she's ordered them to give to her, and talk about what's going on, and maybe even have a joint press conference with Kash Patel to get to the bottom of this crap. I don't understand why that Pam Bondi did it like this. I just don't understand. Now, I love Pam Bondi, but, I was talking about it this morning. Pam Bondi's very good. I'm in Florida. She was our Attorney General. She's very good. But she's new on the national stage. I know people have heard of her, and it's not that she's unknown, but she's new on the national stage. She's a local girl here in Florida, and, she's getting used to the national stage. This was not the way I would have done it. Because it was, but I did tell you guys this morning on 2 different videos here on YouTube that this is going to be a letdown. Remember, I predicted that this is going to be a letdown. Chris Clark says the optics look bad. Yeah, I agree. It was, they came out holding them up like, we got it, we got the evidence, and they got Jack. I mean, it's so it's bad optics. But hey, that happens. I mean, Sean Spicer had that first press conference. That was bad optics too when he was press secretary in the first term. Things happen. But let's see. I don't know. I mean, I'm just, I did not podcast today. I was, my plan is that, okay, something's going to come out, whether there's something in there or not, and I was going to talk about it on my podcast. And I'm not going to do the podcast today. I'll do a podcast tomorrow. But, Wynn says something strange. No, I don't, nothing strange. No conspiracy here other than what the Attorney General Pam Bondi told us. These career FBI people are not giving the Attorney General of the United States the information she's ordered them to give her. They work under her. That's why she sent an official letter to Kash Patel. So, so it is what it is. I wouldn't read more into it than that. But I'm telling you, even if they get all the files, there's not going to be much in there. Whatever Epstein had that was incriminating, they've already taken that out of this. There's nothing wherever the J. Edgar Hoover files that they've been adding to, okay, that's where that information is. And a lot of it's probably been destroyed because it incriminates a lot of their friends. But the deep state have that information to blackmail these officials and celebrities. The mansion in Palm Beach, I did a vlog where I went to the location of the Epstein mansion in Palm Beach. Maybe I'll do that again soon. And they tore down the mansion and they rebuilt it, the one in Palm Beach. And I know I saw, I think Juanita Broderick of Clinton fame might have, Bill Clinton's rape victim. I think posted this. I saw earlier the picture, an aerial picture, and said the mansion that they destroyed in Palm Beach wasn't the evidence destroying one. The one that was on the Epstein Island is the one where they believe everything was. The reason that the street, and you may have seen this. I made a YouTube video a couple years, Epstein Street in Palm Beach, and I was on my MAGA scooter, and I was in front of the Epstein mansion where it was. They tore it down and they built a new one. And I got to tell you, I could feel the evil on that street. It just was creepy. They tore that mansion down because it was old, and who wants to live in a place where that crap went on? The one that they tore down on the Epstein Island is where he probably had all of his stuff out of the country. Tom, the evidence has already been destroyed, okay? Whatever files that they're going to give to her, that evidence has either been destroyed or put in some secret blackmail files by the deep state somewhere else. These criminals don't keep records of their crimes, okay? So it's like the Kennedy assassination files I've been telling you. There's not going to be much of anything in there. There might be some new things, but there's not going to be any, oh my goodness, this is who really shot Kennedy. They don't document and put in files their crimes. Whatever tapes Epstein had, the feds took it and they put it in the vault of blackmail that they have on all these people in D.C., okay? That's what they do. There's whatever files Pam Bondi gets, they're not going to have much in them. I'm telling you, they would have destroyed the ones that incriminate them or their close friends, and taken the other ones for the politicians and celebrities and world leaders, and they put those in the secret files for blackmail material. Okay, there's no way Pam Bondi is going to be able to get a hold of that stuff. So I will say that Pam Bondi made a mistake with the way she released this, and the reason I say that is she's new to national politics. She's a local Florida girl, and now that she's on the big stage, she's just not used to it yet. She's very good, but she needs a little more time. Yeah. Who knows? I told you guys this morning. I talked about it earlier this week. Don't get excited. There is nothing in these Epstein files that we're ever going to see that is going to do much of anything so far as moving the needle on that. It's just not going to happen. You know, whatever it is destroyed or in some secret deep state vault somewhere, where it's never going to be seen. I promise you. You know, we're only going to see vague things that tell us not much more than we know. There's just no way. No way. Mm-mm. And so then you might say, well, then why are these lifetime career FBI people disobeying the orders of the director of the FBI, Kash Patel, and the Attorney General of the United States to make Pam Bondi look stupid? They're not giving her what she's ordered them to give her, even though there's nothing in those files that's going to tell us much of anything we don't already know, because they're trying to get, like what's happening in the chat, they're trying to get MAGA to, be mad at her, or Trump, right? Some troll in the chat said something about promise not kept or something. So what they're doing is trying to turn MAGA against the president and Pam Bondi. That's all. Yeah, stay calm. So just chill out. Don't worry. It's fine. She fell into their trap because she's new at this level. Okay, she fell into their trap, and it didn't help giving out these binders. Now, I'm still a little confused as to why all these influencers are not all over their podcast and on YouTube or whatever, or their platforms on X, doing live streams, reading what they gave them. I don't understand that at all. Like Posobiec. And maybe they will before the day's over, but they've had them for hours. If they gave me that binder, I would have read through it. I would have been first. So the only thing I can think of is, because they're telling us it's phone records, they don't want to name the names because you can't even. It's hard to legally slander a celebrity, a public person. However, when it comes to sex offenses and stuff, you can. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, my name's Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. See what I mean? Savannah here, probably fake MAGA or troll liberal. I never trust Pam. What do you mean you never trust her? You don't even know her. See that? Don't you see what they're doing? They're trying, and Pam Bondi, I'll admit, she walked right into the trap of these never Trumpers. She walked right into the deep state trap. They want to cause people not to trust her and to embarrass her and the administration. And you're going to see chat rooms like this filled with trolls pretending to be MAGA. I never trusted her. I'm MAGA. I never trusted her. They're full of it. See what I mean? Bondi mislead. She didn't mislead anybody. Always trust in Trump. Always. Absolutely. So that, and I told you guys this morning, I did a live stream like at 4 in the morning, and I was telling you guys, there's not going to be anything here. You're going to be disappointed. So many people have put so much. Oh, if we only had these files. Did you ever really think these Epstein files would have anything? Really? Of course not. Of course not. Mm-hmm. Well, the files are what they have. If the deep state has the tapes that Epstein had, okay, and they've taken them to some blackmail vault where they keep all their blackmail stuff, and you know they exist. It's called the J. Edgar Hoover files. Trump's not going to have access to that. So President Trump and Pam Bondi are going to release what they have and what they have access to. They can't give you what they don't have. So the deep state are always, listen, I'm going to use some profanity. The deep state are always trying to fuck Trump over, okay? So they did with this. They walked it back. Pam Bondi came out and made a big promise and disappointed everybody. And people are disappointed. And the trolls can do it. So they just, Pam Bondi, because she's new at this level, fell into the trap that the deep state laid for her. If President Trump was handling this, it wouldn't have happened. Yeah. There may be some things that are unredacted that were redacted before, but it's not going to be much. Not going to be much. I told you that. I mean, and I think you all knew, too. Did any of you really expect the files that they give Pam Bondi to have anything? Come on. You know why they delayed? Yes, I was telling you guys this last week. They were delaying Kash Patel's confirmation so they could destroy and hide stuff like this and God knows what else. Exactly. Yeah, look at this. Capone's Vault 2025. Yeah. Democrats, whatever issue or topic it is, whatever the wrong position to have is what the Democrats have these days. They're on the wrong side of everything, and that's just the way it is. Now, I would hope that later today or tonight we'll get the details that were in these binders, but even then you're going to be disappointed. I'm sorry to tell you, it's just the way it is. Okay. I got an update that this came out since I started. This is from Liz Wheeler. Okay, let me read you what Liz Wheeler posted, and she posted this since I've been live streaming, and she was one of the ones with the binders. Liz Wheeler, and I'm quoting. This is the story. President Trump and Attorney General Pam Bondi. I'm reading what Liz Wheeler said. I've not read this. I'm reading this cold, so I have no idea what she says here. This is the story. President Trump and AG Pam Bondi committed to releasing the Epstein files. The FBI was told to deliver the files to Bondi. They did, about 200 pages. Bondi smelled a rat because there was nothing juicy in the 200 pages, just flight logs and a Rolodex of phone numbers, no smoking gun. Still, Bondi promised to release the documents, so she prepared a binder of them. Then, last night, a whistleblower contacted Bondi and revealed that the SDNY, what's SD stand for? I know it's New York. What's SDNY? Was hiding potentially thousands of Epstein files, defying Bondi's order to give them all to her. We're talking recordings, evidence, etc. The juicy stuff, names. This is Liz Wheeler's tweet. Does anyone know what the SD stands for in SDNY? The State Department. Thank you very much. And is NY New York State Department, District of New or Southern District of New York. Okay, thank you very much. Southern District of New York. Okay, so let me go back. I'm gonna read the whole thing over now. Now that we know that it's Southern District of New York. This is Liz Wheeler's tweet. She posted this on X since I have started live streaming. So, and again, I'm reading this for the first time. I don't know what her thing is here. Liz Wheeler says this, and I quote, "This is the story. President Trump and AG Pam Bondi committed to releasing the Epstein files. The FBI was told to deliver the files to Bondi. they did, about 200 pages. Bondi smelled a rat because there was nothing juicy in the 200 pages, just flight logs and a Rolodex of phone numbers. No smoking gun. Still, Bondi promised to release the documents, so she prepared a binder of them. Then, last night, a whistleblower contacted Bondi and revealed that the SD New York, that is Southern District of New York, was hiding potentially thousands of Epstein files, defying Bondi's orders to give them all to her. We're talking recordings, evidence, etc. The juicy stuff, names. These swamp creatures at the Southern District of New York deceived Bondi, Cash, and you. Be outraged that the binder is boring. You should be, because the evil deep state lied to your face. The binder is powerful because it's tangible physical evidence of the disgusting stunt the Southern District of New York tried to pull. Bondi is now demanding all the Epstein evidence from the Southern District of New York, plus an investigation into the persons who committed this act of defiance. The legacy media has betrayed you again and again and again. They lie to you. They smear you. They gaslight you. This is Liz Wheeler, okay, who got one of the binders. They deserve no special access, no real-time exposure of corruption because they played a role in covering it up in the first place. You are the media, Elon said. Yes, we are. So celebrate the regular people are being given access to the most powerful people in our country to report on despicable corruption as it's being uncovered in real time. And be very, very angry that deep state agents in the swamp at the Southern District of New York are at this very moment defying President Trump and AG Bondi and you who voted him into office, lying and hiding the truth about Jeffrey Epstein because they don't want their own corruption and weaponization of government exposed. That's the story. That's Liz Wheeler. She posted this just over 20 minutes ago. So there you have it. So don't believe any of these trolls in here about Bondi or Trump, okay? There you have it. So believe me, some people are in some big trouble. She's on it, and Cash is on it. You just got to be patient. I mean, you guys got the patience of a 14-year-old girl on TikTok with the 2 seconds. I mean, remember Vine, the 3-second videos. You guys are like Vine. You got a 3-second, attention span. You got to be a little more patient. Trump is on the case. Bondi's on the case. Kash Patel's on the case. That Liz Wheeler. I'm going to retweet that right now. By the way, my new ex is Brian Craig USA, guys. Brian Craig USA. Make sure that you follow me on my new X. Brian Craig USA on X, guys. That's me. Yes, I'm on the case too. That's right. That's right. So there you go. Do you feel better now, by the way? I do. Now this is awesome. We got what's happened is some of these rats, some of them have exposed themselves to pull a stunt to try to make the administration, to try to make the president and the attorney general look stupid. Phase 1, that's exactly right. There's a whole story here. And the way that everything is being handled, like this investigation in the Comey that I was talking about yesterday by Kash Patel, everything they're doing is, do you notice how they're documenting it? They're going through things the legitimate way, like you're supposed to. They're not cutting corners, and these people are outing themselves. Hey, thank you for those who just followed me. Brian Craig USA on X, thank you. That's my new X, okay? I got a new X, Brian Craig USA. This is beautiful. So this is what happened. So don't be mad at Pam Bondi. Oh yeah. Believe me. They're destroying stuff like crazy. These people in the deep state are sick. I mean, they just are. The thing is about these government workers, okay, which applies to the deep state and these people that did this. I was talking about this morning. People that work for the federal government think they are the only true citizens of the United States. That to be a citizen of the United States, you have to be a federal employee. they have this superiority complex. They believe, if you talk to them, they say this among themselves. They have answered President Kennedy's call to public service. And those of us that don't work for the federal government, we're not really citizens. We're just peasants to do, that's it. We're not part of the club. That's how they really think. And they hate the Trump administration anyway. And you put on top of it, putting Kash Patel and Dan Bongino in charge of the FBI, Doge, what they're doing, firing all these people in the federal government. They're having meltdowns. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe, all right? This is most definitely where MAGA comes to talk. So now I'll ask you, do you feel better now? Are you no longer upset with Pam Bondi? I know it was a disappointment. I was waiting for it all day, too. Yeah. Yeah, slaves, peasants and slaves, yeah. That's how they view us, peasants and slaves, yeah. They are the true citizens. That's how they believe. They're sick. They're sick. Doge is awesome. Absolutely. Yeah. But I'll tell you this. In the end, we're going to win because we're in charge, man. We are in charge, and our people are in charge. And President Trump has put a perfect team in charge of all of this. It's a perfect team. It does not get better than this group of people. Let me see if anything else is...
The Epstein.
Okay, here is Liz Wheeler talking about it. Let me pull this up. This is Liz Wheeler talking. I've not listened to this. I'm doing this cold.
Hey, I'm in the airport, but I wanted to jump on here because this stuff is blowing up, as it should be. And I wanted to open the Epstein files binder and show you what's in it.
Can you imagine she's going through TSA with the Epstein file binder? That is hilarious. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I'm in the airport, but I wanted to jump on here because this stuff is blowing up, as it should be. And I wanted to open the Epstein files binder and show you what's in it, because this whole exercise is about
Liz
transparency. And I wanted to address some of your concerns, but I want to start with what happened this morning. So this morning I was at the White House meeting with President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance and Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel. And they presented us with, let me show you. They presented us with a couple of things that I want to show you. And you'll have to forgive the background. We are right now in the airport. And they presented us with this binder. Now, this is the binder that I posted a picture of. You saw that. Millions of people saw that. It says on the front, the Epstein Files Phase 1 by order of Attorney General Pamela Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel, the most transparent administration in history, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Now, what's interesting is we're all waiting for bombshells, we're all waiting for juicy stuff, and that's not what's in this binder. That's not what's in this binder at all. And that's exactly how the Attorney General presented it to us. She handed us this binder and she said, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, has given me an order to declassify the Epstein files, and I have been quickly working on doing just that because we want to be the most transparent administration in history. We know that as of a week ago, she went on, I believe it was Fox News, and said that she had the Epstein files on her desk. And when I think it was Jesse Waters asked her, well, is there anything, have you found anything juicy yet? She said, not yet. So her message to me when she handed me this binder was, we expected to release bombshells. We expected to find the dark stuff, the dirty stuff, the names of the people that were involved in what Epstein was doing. And when these files were put on my desk and she was relating how she looked through them. She was relating how she looked through them. She said, it wasn't what I was expecting. And I said, is this it? This is it? And she said, something is not right here. Now, just because she had that feeling, she still wanted to not only fulfill the president's order to release these, she wanted to do it in a timely manner. And so they prepared this binder. They were going to release what's in this binder, and I'll show you what's in it. It's also going to be available online here shortly, so that all of us can go through it. And we're going to talk about, too, how this has bypassed the legacy media and how this is the Trump administration is harnessing new media to release this sort of exclusive, which is a good thing. But late last night, after Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel prepared this binder, the Epstein files, a source called Attorney General Pam Bondi, a source from within the FBI, from within the Southern District of New York. And this source told Pam Bondi that even though she had been told that this was the extent of the Epstein files, it's not the extent of the Epstein files, that there were hundreds, if not thousands, of other documents and files and pieces of evidence that the SDNY, the most corrupt district in the United States, was hiding. They were hiding from President Trump. They were hiding from Vice President Vance. They were hiding from Attorney General Pam Bondi. They were hiding from FBI Director Kash Patel. They were hiding from you. And so you should, is it? Okay, I apologize that it's buffering so badly. Guys, I know that's really frustrating. We are sitting in an airport terminal.
Okay, so she lost the feed. So she gave this. Okay, so we got a lot of information there to add to what she tweeted a little while ago. The lifetime bureaucrats at the FBI gave her all this BS crap and told Attorney General Pam Bondi these are all the files, and she knew that was BS. And she's gotten to it, to the bottom of it. Her and Cash, they now know what they've done, what they're hiding from her, and now they're going after it. So there you have it. I mean, I feel much better now, thanks to Liz Wheeler, who was the first of the crew of people that got the binders to put everything in perspective. I mean, I would have thought Cernovich, or D.C. Drano would have done it first, or Prosobic, but she's doing it from the airport. I'm glad she did that before she got on the plane, aren't you? See what I mean? You got all the trolls that are trying to get you to turn you against the administration. That's never going to happen. MAGA for life. Because somebody said, that's a very good question, TJ. Why release if you knew you didn't have everything? Because she is doing this is very transparent administration. This is the most transparent administration in history, just like President Trump promised it would be. They release this to show you what the deep state are still doing, how they're fighting them, how they're not doing what they're ordered to do, how they're disobeying direct orders from the Attorney General and the President of the United States, and how they're trying to undermine them. That's why you release it. Now, what Pam Bondi did was smart, but she should have done it in a press conference where she came out and shared how pissed off she is at these people. If she would have come out pissed off at a press conference and said that the Southern District of New York, I ordered them, the Attorney General ordered them, and they gave me this crap, and they're trying to pull a stunt and fire them or send marshals to them and take what they've got because they disobeyed her orders. That's how she should have done. You can give them the binders too, but she should have had a press conference with them, giving them the binders and explaining to us what happened. That's the mistake she made. But the way she's doing it is the right way to do it. You release what you got so that the American people can see the crap that they're trying to pull. So no, I think this is perfect how it's coming down, other than she should have had a pissed off press conference. That's it. That's what you do. And she's established something good. I do wish she had the press conference. Because she had to be pissed. Kash Patel's pissed. You know that. Thankfully, Liz Wheeler. Finally, thank you, Liz Wheeler. I don't know why the others didn't do this, but she did it. No, I'm not let down now. I'm energized. This is awesome. This is swamp draining in real time, live. That's it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, guys, thanks for joining me. Again, if you're new, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on my new X, Brian Craig USA. That's my new X, Brian Craig USA. I'm going to retweet Liz Wheeler's video there. But, before I go, Liz Wheeler, some trolls, she fell victim to trolls. Before you leave, and before I stop, I want to tell you this. She shut down her feed before she was done because they told her she was buffering. She wasn't buffering. See, trolls lie. They tell you the sound's not working. You're buffering. We can't see you. We can't hear you. So she stopped it before she was done because she fell victim to a troll. There you go. Yeah, trolls can hit like too and subscribe. That's fine. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Take care.